bitch, motherfucker, tapes. I bet whatever on the 10 for real. These niggas hoes have on my beers.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I just got back home from the paint shop and I figured, you know what, it might not even be today, but I figured, you know what, the bumper is going to be off the car, the charge pipes, the intercooler, all that stuff is going to come off. It's not much more work to get the headlights and stuff off the radiator support so we can paint the white to match the cappuccino brown that the car color is. So right here, minimum 2 cans. I bought these 2 cans right here, paint matched, and the color code is, where is it at? It is not on here. Yeah, I lied, it's right there. Honda YR501M, year is 91, cappuccino brown. And I got 2 cans right here. It was like 60 bucks. I bought primer just in case I get too far into, you know, the metal and stuff like that. I'm just gonna scuff it up. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it. As much as I want to repair this guy right here, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I would have to go cut either another race support or cut a section and patch this up, but I'm just gonna leave it be and not spend too much time on it. Like I said, it may not be today. I think today I want to kind of button up a few more things with the car. If you guys have seen the last video, we did the bottom half downpipe, we did the charge pipe, we did the oil pan with the dash 10 bung, you can see right there, and all the stuff is not installed because all this is going to come back out anyways. Today I think what I want to do is, because I did forget to install the blow-off valve, so I'm trying to figure out where do I want the blow-off valve. Somewhere little discreet. I don't care if it shows a little bit, but I want it to look, again, super stock under here. If I put it there, the stock intake arm filter box thing that sits right here will block it. If I put it down there, it'll be blocked from all of this, but you'll see it if you stare at it. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to pull these stuff off and figure out where would be the best kind of stealth spot to put it. A few other things that I want to do is I'm gonna pull the manifold off, paint this guy black because I don't want it to be a sore eye, and then once we get all this buttoned back up with the feed line and all, you know, we'll throw the wastegate and all that on it. So right now I am just gonna go ahead and figure out my plan of attack, which one to do first, and we'll get to it. I'm probably just gonna pull the turbo and the manifold off and get it painted so that way we can like permanently bolt this guy into place. I thought I had a feed fitting for the top of the turbo, but I didn't. I do have the bottom flange, and I was fortunate enough to find a fitting that fitted, Tefloned, and I'm about to bolt this up with a gasket. Now, typically I run a -3 line, but because I didn't have a fitting for a -3 line, a -4 is perfectly fine. The hole is about the same size as like 060 or 065 or something like that. The journal bearing needs oil, like no restrictor, so this -4 would be perfectly fine. Normally eBay turbo kits, like the kits, come with a -4 line anyways, so this is going to be a really tight fit, so I am installing it beforehand, right there, and then it's going to 90 out. I have a -4 line right here I found in my box. That's going to connect onto the fitting before I put it into the car, so that way once it's in place you don't have to worry about trying to reach your hand underneath and all that. It's going to be a little complicated for somebody who's trying to change it, replace it, or remove it, or remove the turbo kit, or whatever the case is. If you're going to remove the turbo kit, you might as well just remove it from the fitting in the back of the block instead of trying to reach your hand underneath, trying to put a tool in between the manifold and the block. Normally an eBay turbo kit, if you're buying a turbo kit, it comes with the gaskets and all. If you're buying an eBay line kit, it should already come with this gasket. For me, I already had these sitting around from a lot of turbo kits before. I'm using the gasket right here, just like that. Uses regular Honda 12mm bolts. It's really snugged in here, but it fits. So if it fits, it ships. AN lines don't require Teflon tape, so don't install Teflon tape on any AN fittings.
kiss on your head, and I'll thank my lucky stars for that night.
So I'm gonna let this guy dry up. I did a pretty decent wrinkle on it. I went super heavy first and second coat while using the heat gun in between, and it looks good. So I got the bumper off. Right now I'm trying to figure out where I want to place the blowout valve. I have to put a couple here to kind of get the pipe situated, and then I'm going to try to figure out where the blowout valve is going to go. The reason why I don't want to put it here is because if this pipe came off, I want to make sure that with the blowout valve off and the flange in place, it could snake its way out from here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of, well, I don't know where the blowout valve is at. I'll grab the blowout valve, figure out a place for it. The only thing I don't have for the turbo is the return flange, but I can deal with that underneath the car. So after the compressor housing is dried, I'm gonna throw it back on, bolt this guy up permanently in place, and then we'll take care of that. So the flange, actually, let me assemble this real quick. This eBay blowout valve has a really nice stainless clamp. Surprisingly, I feel like the $40 I paid for this is for the clamp, and then the blowout valve is just bonus, I guess. But yeah, anyways, yeah, that's not even gonna fit there. So I think, like I said, my only choice to put it is underneath here. Like, I'll cut the sleeve even more just to clear the flange, but I think I'm gonna kind of stick it up. Oh, dang it, come on. I might even just put it upside down right here like that. You don't really notice it too much because it's black, but once all of this is painted black, you're not going to see all this either. So I don't know, I might just throw it right there, just because if, say, you take the charge pipe, this top section off, that comes off with it, easy peasy. If that was down here or underneath over there, it'll be hard to snake that through the frame unless I cut the frame more, which I'm not trying to cut the frame more. That's funny. Amazon Prime truck just pulled up right now, and the driver watches my channel. His girlfriend came out and delivered the package, and she was like, "My boyfriend watches your channel." That was pretty cool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Alright guys, so we have our flange welded up. We got the inside all cleaned up, burred, cleared out, except that little corner right there because my hole saw was a smidge too small. But regardless, that's going to work like it should. So you're wondering, where did I place this blowout valve? The coupler goes to the intercooler, and it's going to go in like so. I don't know if it's going to fit through this just yet, but I have the blowout valve placed right here at the bottom. It's going to be under the battery. Vacuum line is going to be super stealth, and you're not really going to see it because it's down there, and it's going to make choo-choo noises. I was going to put it here, but like I said, I wasn't too sure. But if this is going to be stationary, it's going to be perfectly fine down there. So before I put everything back, I'm not sure if I want to paint this today black. I'm probably just going to paint it black right now because this is practically done. But I'm not going to feed none of this, like I said, through the raised support yet because I want to paint all of this before I snake that under. So it'll be one less thing to wrap up so we don't get overspray, but probably just going to paint it black right now anyways. The blowout valve banjo fitting, Uses a brass washer right there. You get the banjo on, the other brass at the end, and then it just screws in right to the top head of the blow valve. And just go ahead and just tighten that up. And it doesn't matter where you aim it, because this is a V-band, so you can just twist it until you get this to point in the direction that you need it. If it does have the tile one, if you're running a real tile one, then it's preference where you want the label to be facing. But right now I'm just waiting for all of the charge pipe to dry up, which is right here, and there's one more that's drying over there somewhere. But yeah, let's put the compressor side back together. I did mark the compressor housing right there, so I know where this faced when I put it back on, and I could just fully tighten up all the bolts, so that way I don't have to worry about it in the car. Now, because this fitting right here was interfering with the fan, we relocated it to the front, and I'm gonna plug up this hole right here with a fitting I found in my drawer. Put some Teflon on there to make sure it's airtight. Doesn't have to be much. This guy is going in the front. I'm going to point it towards the driver's side, if it goes to the driver's side. Perfect. So that is going to be the vacuum source for the wastegate, and I think we're ready to put this back into the car. We got the turbo manifold, turbo downpipe. I just threw the downpipe on, fully secured to the motor. So this is not going to come out anymore for whatever reason. But I have all my stuff cleaned up as well. Here is the pipe I forgot to paint. This is the one from the intercooler to the turbo. I kept that one gloss black because it was already gloss black. I just painted the ends. This is the charge pipe. That's the charge pipe for the passenger side, the cold side. That's going to be going from the intercooler through the air box to the intake manifold. So none of this is going to get put on until we get the radius support painted. So that's going to be shoved into the garage for tonight. So before we close this video out, I want to tinker with the wastegate real quick. I said that the wastegate came with a 20-pound spring. Somebody commented and said that it is 2 springs inside that makes it a 20-pound spring. So I want to open it up and verify if there's 2 springs in here. Again, this is a Speed Daddy 38 mil wastegate that I bought in black. And they have different models and stuff, like different shaped heads. I got this low pro one because I want to ensure that it's going to clear the hood, which I'm sure it will. And it looks like it'll clear the valve cover as well. So that's good. That's good to know. All right. There are 2 springs in here. That is good to know. So I gotta figure out which one of the 2 is the lighter one, because we are trying to keep it. I don't know. I feel like this bigger one is a lighter one. I'm trying to keep this car between 6 to 8 pound. But if I really feel ballsy, maybe 10. But between the 2, I gotta figure out which one is which. So it's hard to distinguish when you don't have a spring compressor to tell you how many pounds are each spring. I know these guys right here are 14 pounds. These are big blues, and these are my tile spring. This is the one from the eBay Wastegate. Now it's weird that this one feels like the small red one, and this small guy feels like the green one. Now I don't remember which spring came from where, the 44 mil or the F38, because I've had both of those over the years. So I'm just going based off OD. This yellow one right here is 1.8-ish, and the yellow right here shows is a 3.6, which is weird, but it is super soft, 3.6. So I might have to rule that one out. So I think I'm gonna just stick this one in and bring the other ones to the dyno with me. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Put the head back on, clock the barb accordingly, so that way you can get the vacuum source in the right position, right direction, which is right there, and we'll put that into the car. I repeat, do not, not donut, do not forget your firing ring. This goes under the wastegate before it goes onto the manifold. That's what seals the wastegate to the manifold, so you don't have a boost leak under load or an exhaust leak. This wastegate sticks out like a sore thumb. If you look at it, the body is silver and the head is gloss black. I might wrinkle the whole top just to match the shade of everything else. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I didn't picture this in my head, but it sticks out a lot further, so it's obviously noticeable, right? But where I cut, it's cleared, so hopefully it doesn't melt this guy. I'm probably going to put some heat reflective tape on the inside to kind of get the heat away from this plastic. The dump tube for the wastegate is going to kind of come really close to this guy. I might trim it a little bit more, but we'll do that when we get to this. I'm not sure how I feel about this wastegate. Now, I could have gone with an internally gated turbo, right? But I feel like the gate itself on the wastegate might protrude into the intercooler. I know somebody suggested I should have done an internal wastegate, but I was just kind of using what I had, you know what I mean? I might, it's never too late to change plans, so I might switch it, I'm not sure. Plus it'll hide this guy as well too, so you don't really see this up in the front. But you know what I'm saying, this is my first attempt at going super sleeper, so if it doesn't turn out to be super duper sleeper, I'm not even mad at it. It's going to be turboed at the end of the day. We made some progress today, guys. We removed the turbo, we painted the housing, we got everything clocked accordingly, and then we got our feed line ran. I am going to sleeve this guy so you don't really see the silver there, and everything is bolted back in permanently. The wastegate is sorted and bolted down as well too. We got the charge pipe all painted, 1, 2, and the other ones over there, 3. So all that's going to be ready to go back on once we do the radio support, which might just be tomorrow, just so we can further make progress on putting everything back into the car. Now I'm still debating if I want to paint the intercooler black. I'm not sure if I want to paint it black because you don't really see it, and then imagine the power steering cooler sitting in front of it, so it's going to be really drowned under the bumper. But I might leave it silver. I'm not sure yet. We're this much closer to getting this car done and fired over. Somebody also did mention to run some head studs in here and switch the Felpro head gasket. I might just switch the head gasket to an MLS because I actually do have one right here. D16A6 MLS head gasket, right? And I might, the key word here is might, order some head stud as well too, just so we don't have any issues with this car being on a dyno. I know it won't be an issue on a dyno because people have been doing this for many years now. Stock A6, stock single cam engines, boosted. But in case we want to turn it up, because this turbo might I don't know, might be too big of a spoolie boy for the ceiling cam. I don't know, I'm just throwing it all out there. I might change the head gasket and the head stud as well too. So maybe everything might come out once again, but that's not a big deal because ceiling cam is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Those are all just plans, but you know what I'm saying, we're taking this one step at a time. I'm gonna end the video right here, guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's progress. If you look at it, this is kind of the formation that this thing is gonna look when it's all said and done. If you guys enjoyed the progress update on the wagon today in this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around to see this sore eye right here get painted, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.